Ever wonder how your phone just knows what you want, sometimes even before you do? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that magic. We're diving into the really powerful system of learning and adaptation that pretty much runs your entire digital world. You know that feeling, right? It's kind of spooky. You're just scrolling along and then boom, there it is. Something so perfect, so tailored just for you, it feels like your phone has a direct line into your brain.
Maybe your music app just drops this perfect playlist, one you didn't even know you were in the mood for. Or your streaming service suggests a movie that ends up being your new all-time favorite. It could even be something as simple as a search result that is so spot on, you're like, how did it know? It really does feel like magic, doesn't it?
But you guessed it, it's not magic. It's something way more interesting, actually. It's a system, and its whole job is to actively, deliberately learn from you.
And the secret engine driving all of this learning? It's this really cool concept called the feedback loop.
Okay, so what is that really? Well, put simply, a feedback loop is just a process where a system takes its own results, stuff like what you click on or the ratings you give, and it uses them as new information. It's basically feeding on its own output to learn, adapt, and just get smarter over time. It's this constant cycle of do something, get a reaction, learn from it.
And yeah, the source material really nails it when it says this. That word stimulus is key here. This isn't some happy accident. The system is literally built to be poked and prodded by what you do, so it can learn and get better.
Okay, so how does a system actually learn? Let's peel back that curtain and see what's going on under the hood. It really comes down to this simple but super powerful three-step dance. Step 1, it collects feedback. We're talking about everything from you correcting your smart assistant to rating a movie or even just skipping a song. Step 2, it cleans up all that data. It's got to sort through the junk to find the good stuff, right? And then Step 3, it uses that clean info to update itself. Tweak an algorithm here, change a suggestion there.
But wait, how do they know the change was actually good? That's where something called A/B testing comes in. It's basically a digital taste test. They'll give the old version to some people, the new, updated version to others, and then they just watch. By comparing the results, they can tell for sure if they made things better, or if maybe the system learned the wrong thing.
So this all sounds pretty amazing, right? A system that's always learning? But like with any powerful tech, it's kind of a double-edged sword. So let's get into the good and the not so good.
So the big pro is obvious. Constant improvement. The system just keeps getting better, more personal, more helpful for you. But the cons? Well, they're pretty serious. For one, the system can learn the wrong lesson from bad info, and here's the kicker you might not expect, this whole process can get wildly expensive. Yeah, this leads to this really tricky thing called the combinatorial cost problem. And here's a good way to think about it. Adding a new feedback loop isn't like just adding one more brick to a wall. It's more like adding a new thread to a massive spider web. See, every new thread has to connect to a bunch of other ones, and the whole thing just gets exponentially more complicated. And that's why you can't just add more learning and call it a day. It can spiral out of control, becoming super complex and super expensive fast.
All right, so let's bring this all back home. Where does this actually show up in the real world? And why does this constant learning thing even matter to you and me?
The short answer? It is everywhere. You see it when an e-commerce site shows you that thing you were just thinking about buying. It's how your streaming service curates that perfect For You list. It's the reason your smart assistant finally starts to understand your accent. I mean, really, it is the engine behind pretty much any service that's tailored to you and listens to what you do. So think about it. Every single click, every skip, every rating you give, it's a lesson. You're actually the one doing the teaching. So the real question is, now that you know the secret, what are you going to teach your apps next?